In this video, we will see the different mechanisms related to class and objects. So, one of them is nothing but the scope of a variables. Scope of a variable is nothing but the mechanism by using which we can access the variables of any class. Okay, so one class can consist of various, means class is nothing but the collection of methods and different variables on which we have to create the different methods. So, instance variables within the class accessible by all the methods which are available in the class, but variables which are declared in other class cannot be accessed by the methods. Means what is the scope of a variable? The variables, for example, class ABC, and it is having the variables like integer x, character p. Then suppose there is a method 1 and method 2. So, the two variables which are the part of a class A, B, C are only accessible within the method 1 and 2, not outside of this class. And suppose there is another class known as PQR and it is having the variables like Y, character type Q. These variables are not accessible in this class and these variables are not accessible in this class. So this is the mechanism behind the scope of a variable. We see next mechanism of a class and object, that is nothing but the objects of the cosmic class. What is the next topic? Objects of the cosmic class. What is this? Creating an object is also called instantiating an object. So, which mechanism accomplish this task? For creating the objects of any class, the new operator is used. Which operator is used? New operator. So, the new operator creates an object of the class and return a reference to the object. How this task is accomplished, we will see it in detail. For example, we are having the class name as a book. So, who create the object of the cosmic? Cosmic means the current class of your mechanism. Suppose it is a book class and you have to create the object. This object is instantiated by the new operator. How it will be accomplished? We have to take a class, give its object, suppose it is a B1, then you have to allocate the memory or create the instantiation of it by using the new operator like new, and you have to again specify the class name. So by this mechanism you can create the object of any class. Means while you have to create the object of any class, you have to take the operator, that is the new operator. So in this case, B1 is nothing but the object of the class book. The math book, for example, when we apply opening closing round bracket to anything, that will be a function, and in Java we call them as a method. So the method book is the default constructor of this book. Means as it is not having any return type and it is having the same name as the class name, so it is also termed as a constructor of the class. We can create any number of objects. Means this is a one object, we can create second, third, fourth, and so on. Depending on the situation, we can create the multiple objects, and it has its own copy of instance variables. Okay, what is this? We are instantiating the objects of this class by using the new method. So this is all about the objects of the cosmic class. Continuing with the next topics, we will take one another mechanism of the Java, that is nothing but the accessing class members. Accessing class members. Okay. We can assign values to the instance variables using the dot operator. We all knows that these all we have evaluated the C++ class from the C structure, and we are extending the CPP class within the Java mechanisms. So how to access the class members? In the structure or in the class, we have used two mechanisms, that is the dot and arrow for accessing the class members. Here in this mechanism also we are using the dot operator. So we can assign values to instance variable using the dot operator. This operator has objects on the left side of the dot and the variable on the right side. What is its syntax? We have to use the object at this side, then use the dot operator and variable on this side. For example, book is a class and it is having the object b1 and it is having the member variables as integer x, integer y. How to access this variable? Access it through the objects of the class like b1.x, b1.y. So this is the mechanism of how to access the class members, and it is same applicable in terms of the methods of the class. For example, one method is included in the book class, that is the calculate method. Then how to call this method? It can be called using simply object dot and method name, that is the calculate. Okay, so this is all about how to create the objects or how to access the methods of the class. Now, in this, while studying this mechanism, we will take one example and try to prepare a Java program to demonstrate the example. For that, I am giving you the title of the problem, that is create a class in Java that can keep a count of the number of its objects created. Every time an object of the class is created, it is assigned an ID. Means, for example, one object is created, you have to increment the counter by 1. Second object, counter 2. Third object, counter 3. And so on. And the total number of objects is displayed. Now we have to same time display the objects. The class should have a display method to display the ID. We have to take one ID and display method will display the ID. In main, create n objects of the class. So this is the title statement, or these are the requirements of Java program. So we all know that any Java program will start with the package, that is the import java.io.start. Okay, so this is our first starting point. Now we will create one suitable name for the class, that is class count. For example, public, we all know that public having all the permissions, so we are declaring it as a public class count. We have to count the objects, so for that we will take one variable and initialize it initially to 1, and we will make it static. Why we are making it as a static? Because static is nothing but a mechanism which doesn't change its value because of the another variable. So static integer p equals to 1. We will initialize one variable known as a p equals to 1, which will initiate the variable's value 1, and this variable going to collect the object count. Now The problem has provided us the method that is the display object. So we will create a method like void display object. Okay, and in that we have to only print the object. So how to print this? We all know that for displaying any output on the screen, we have to take a method like system.out.println, and we will write some structured mechanism like id plus, and we have to display this p. So we will create here the p plus plus mechanism. Now this is the completion of the method, that is the display count. We have created one variable, created one method, and now it's the time to create a main method. So we will take a main method, that is public static void main, and in bracket string a. Okay. Now in this, how we will make a counter of the value or the object is created. For that we have to accept the input from the user. For accepting the input from the user, there is a one standard method, and that is known as the buffer reader. So I am writing the method and also telling the syntax. Buffered reader. You have to take R and B capital. Create one object br equals to new. We all know that for creating the instance of an object, we are taking the new method and taking the constructor of it in front of it. So new buffered reader in bracket new input stream and reader, and in bracket system dot in. So this is the standard syntax of using the buffered reader class. What is it? I am again announcing it. Buffered reader type br equals to new buffered reader in bracket new input stream reader in bracket system dot in. So we have created the object of the buffered reader, and this is the parallel mechanism to the scanf scene of the another classes. Now we have to ask user for number of objects. So we will display message like system.out.println how many objects. Okay. Now we will take it through the BR, but having the different mechanism, like we have to create a one variable of integer type. Then we have to use the typecasting here, because in Java, everything will be accepted in terms of a string, and it may happen that instead of number, any letter will be accepted. To avoid this situation, we are using the integer dot parse int in bracket br dot read line. So this is the br, okay, and it is accepting the input from user, converting it into a integer, and it is storing into this end. Now what the task remain for us, that it is only that we have to count these objects. So we are taking the for loop, that is for I equals to 0, I less than n, I plus plus, and simply we are taking here the object of the class, that is the count. So count type c equals to new count, and creating here the constructor, and simply calling the display method, that is the c dot display object. Okay, and by this mechanism, this will display the count, like how many objects you will create, that will be counted and displayed by the display method. This is all about how to access the variables of the class, how to make a counter of that objects, and how to, what is the scope of the variables in a class of the Java. Thank you so much.